For your dissolved oxygen test, ours took about 6 or 7 drops, and that's perfectly good and normal and natural. But it is very critical, especially for a fish survival. Once it gets down to about 3 or especially 2 milligrams per liter of oxygen, it's very critical for us to know what exact amount of oxygen is in that sample. So there is a low range test for the dissolved oxygen, and you can read through this on instructions. Pretty much I'll take you through this, but like I said, there is so much oxygen in this bottle that we can't do the low range, but I will just walk you through it just in case you have to do the low range. So what you would do is you would pour off the liquid from the dissolved oxygen bottle down to the white line on the bottle. Now as it gets closer, you would really need to pour back and forth between the square mixing bottle, just so in case if you poured off too much, then you can pour some more back in. Let me run through this really quick with you. So you'd start to pour off some. As it gets close to the white line, about here's when you want to pour off the liquid. And always, whenever you're measuring, hold it at eye level or on the table. So we still need to pour off a little bit more. We want to pour off right to the white line on the dissolved oxygen bottle. And that looks pretty close to me. So then what you would do is work with your dissolved oxygen bottle. You would add the 2 drops of the starch solution directly to the dissolved oxygen bottle, so it gets the inky blue-black. Then you would titrate with the sodium thiosulfate in the dissolved oxygen bottle. So it's the exact same process as with the high range, but then you look on your instructions and it says to multiply your number of drops by 0.2, and that calculation is going to give you your milligrams per liter of oxygen in the sample. So this is just for the low range test. Not very many volunteers have to go to that level, which is a good thing. Good for the fish, good for the environment and the life in the creek. But just to let you know that there are, for pretty much all the tests, there are different ranges, so make certain to read your instructions if it doesn't, if you need to go to a different level.